Hey, welcome back to Drift Virals. Today, I'm going to see about DIYing the AC compressor bearing. I believe it's the bearing that's giving me the issue. It is making noise only when I turn the AC on, but the AC is very, very cold. So this thing is all the way down there. Let me see if I get a flashlight on this phone. No, I can't get the flashlight to work right now, but it's all the way down there. I'll try to get a closer look for you guys, and it just gave me like a grinding noise for the past month. But the AC is cold, so I'm guessing it's the bearing. I don't have to change the clutch or the pulley itself, just the bearing side of pulley, so hopefully that'll fix it. First thing you need to do is remove the tires. I already took the lug nuts off the tires. I got my car on a quick jack, so take this off the tires off, and then you're gonna expose the pulley on the right side of the car. Next thing you need to do is remove this here, this plug here, to get this whole entire plastic panel out the way. And also you gotta go underneath the car and remove this one, this, let me see. This I'm missing two here, but this whole entire section bottom here has to come off because the AC compressor itself is here. So to move these, some of these are kind of loose already, but you just use like a flathead, pull this up, and then remove the rest. Just to show you guys how to remove some of these clips. You put the flathead underneath, you pull up, and it should just come off. This is the clip here. Hold on. This is the clip here. Just activate like this, and then it will make this area smaller. It won't spread out as much, and then just pull it out. Same thing with this one. This one looks like it's a little beat up. Hopefully not too much. Then I can't take it off. I don't want to replace it. And then from there, probably a little bit more. There we go. There you go. And it comes right off. All right, and this is the AC compressor. This is right here. Should be the clutch. This is the pulley. And I think there's a bearing inside that pulley that's grinding. But the AC works completely well. So there's no reason to change anything in terms of the magnet that's inside or this clutch. I believe this clutch is fine. It doesn't look like it's too old. There's not, like you see, there's no really like rust on it. It's dirty, yes, but there's no rust or anything on it. So I'm guessing that it's pretty good. Forgot to mention these underneath. You have to take this one off to release this. This is a 10. And not too sure if you have to release the one on the other end and over there to take it off. I don't think you need to. It could just slide over, but we'll see. Most likely I'll probably just take it off. And I also have zip ties right here that needs to be cut because this was drooping down, so I zip tied it. As you know, this car is 2008, so these clips are all gone. Now in this car, in order to get to the pulley thing, the serpentine belt to, not serpentine belt, but the serpentine pulley, in order to take the belt off, you're gonna have to remove this. I don't know if I have something skinny enough to get through here to pull that. I think that's it right there. But I think you have to pull this off. This comes off right here, put it to the side. You have to unscrew this bracket just to get clearance to get to there. All right, so first thing, let's take this off. This over here, unclip it, pull this up, pull this out the way, put it onto the side. Well, we're gonna have to find a way to put this onto the side, or maybe bungee cord it. Now we gotta work on taking off the bracket because the pulley's right. If you guys can see, gotta get to that. Oh, let me change the light a little bit. Okay, right there. All right, so next thing, these are 10s. Hold on, no, not these. You take off these right here. These two right there. See this one, and this one. 10s, undo those. Make sure those screws don't drop. Go slowly until they come out, but don't let them fall down in there because you might not get them. I'll do the first one so you could see. All right, that much should be enough. And then you do the rest by hand. Yep, just like that. Okay, you wanna make sure you have these screws for later. Keep your hands always connected to the screw so that you can feel if it's gonna fall or it's coming out, and you can hold on to it. There you go. See, hold on to it. Put up here for now. Now the next one. Keep this out the way again. Now for the next one by hand, same thing. And yeah, always feel for it. Hold on to it. And now there is a little hook here that's holding it. You can squeeze on the inside and just pull that out. I don't know if you can see that. If you see that little tip there, you squeeze that tip and you try to make this come out. All right, be back. 2 hands are needed. Now you have a clear path to this bolt. This bolt here is a 14 milli. You just need to just take something. Now you have the clearance. You need something very skinny though to get here because this mount is in the way. Trust me, it's a pain in the behind when you have to clean off this thing here to remove all this to the side. That was a pain, but it's a 14, and I just put the ratchet on it or wrench on it and then pull it back and then take off the belt. Okay, so now I have my wrench in place. Just in case you guys don't know how to do this, just use any other long wrench or ratchet. You just connect it here, you spin it, and then now you have an extended. Okay, now you can pull back on whatever you need to. It's long enough, and it should work. All right, so first you gotta take this off. Put it to the side. I'm gonna put this on the bolt right here. I know it's hard to see, but there you go. It's on there. Get you a close up. I can, but it's on there. There you go. Okay. And I like to get, let me see if I get like, no, I can't. So this is the best way. And then now, place this on top, spin it. Oops. Put this on top, and then now, there you go, just like this. And now I just need to pull back. Okay, obviously I can't do this one hand. So pull back towards you. It should release the belt, and then you pull the belt off. Make sure you keep the tension on because we do not want this to snap back and cause damage. Okay, now that I took the belt off, now we're going to take out the bolt for the compressor. 1, 2, 3, and 4. One up here. I believe these are 12s. I think these are 14s on top. Not sure. Or that one's a 14 and that one's still a 12. So let's take these off, and then we're just gonna move the compressor because there's no way you could change this from the other side because the whole subframe, the whole frame of the car is in the way. So we're gonna push it and move it over here so we could work on it from here. People continue to say that Hondas and Toyotas are easy to work on. I don't know if that's true, bro, because I had to finagle this thing in here to get this here just to break this bolt up top, because I need this bolt on top to be loose. I tried to use a few things. I tried using this. It looked like it started to strip the bolt a little bit, so I stopped. I tried using a bunch of different tools, even this here. I almost came to the point of giving this up a little bit and see what else I could do, but I just finagled it. I even tried to switch a bolt through here. Extend it through here, have it come to the side and here. That wasn't working, but so far this one worked. So let's finish this out, and then the next bolt I gotta do is that one, and then we can move the compressor to the side. All right, so since I can't move the AC compressor back any further to work from the front, I'm gonna see if I could do it from here. There's not much space. By the way, that bolt, well, no, there's not much space. So I'm gonna try to pull this out from here and do everything from here, close to the wheel area instead of underneath like most people show. So first I gotta take this bolt out here. This is I believe this is a 10. Hold this from spinning, and then you should be able to take this bolt out. So I finally got the screw off. It's not a 12, but it's a 13. What I had to do was send this through here to the side to get this and come off now, and spin this. So it came off, pretty easily, to be honest with you. It's not that tight, but now I'm gonna use this screwdriver to get in between here and pull this out. I'm gonna do that from the other side underneath and try to pry this off. I finally got this thing off, man. Like I don't even know if this is good anymore. Oh my goodness, that would took a good 20 minutes or so. Just I had to like hammer thing in there, and then oh my goodness, that took a long time. But anyway, let's move on. Over here, we gotta take off the shim. Make sure the shim is taken off, and hold on to this shim if you're going to replace or just put back. Just you want to use the same size shim as possible. Put that in a good place. You don't lose it. Oh, man, I'm really thinking if I should reuse this or not reuse this at all. But this surface is good. It's not rusted out or anything like that. You got some marks on it. Look at that. That's from me. You don't really have much marks on this one. So now I have to use one of those clamp pins, pliers, to remove the clamp in there. I gotta look. I'm looking for it right now. Can't really see it, but I'll find it. Looking for 2 holes, and knowing, the way this thing is, it'll probably both be in a real bad spot. So, all right, let's go on. Finally got the clip ring out. I used a Pittsburgh at first. That thing took like an hour, but it just was not working. So I went back and got the Quinn. It was on sale. It was like $10 off, so it was 14. So I wanted to pay like $4 for it. It was way better, and these needs to be strong. And I finally got this clip out. So now I'm going to get this pulley out, and hopefully I could just use my hand to just take it out. But you know how things are. It's never as easy as it sounds. So I'm gonna put my gloves on, pull this pulley out, inspect the bearings and whatnot. So I don't know if I have to pry on it or just pull it. So let me put my gloves on and see what I could do here. Okay, after much persuasion and a lot of knocking, as you can see in the back, with prying it with the prior, and also using a hammer and a flathead, I finally got this off. All this rust and stuff. This is the original from the car, it looks like. So I'm just gonna I don't think it's just the pulley, because this, it doesn't just freely turn. It's the bearings inside. See, it doesn't freely turn. It should just keep turning, having like a momentum to it, and then it stops, but it's not. So I also, where's the plate, the clutch plate? I don't know if I want to keep reusing this clutch plate since I did some damage, a little bit of, you see these scrapes on it? I don't know if that's gonna have an issue, but I just really want to change this because I know it would be a headache to get this one out and also plug it in. I'm not sure. I know there's a plug in the back, which I have to see. I don't know. So we'll see. I'll just, because this surface is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Usually if it has some crack or something, then yeah, but this just needs to just be cleaned and stuff. So, and it was cool already. I had no issue with cooling, so, which is great. So I think I might just leave this on and only replace these two parts. I don't know. Look at this. This one got a little dent right here. This might, I don't know if this might, I don't know, rub up against the belt, maybe. I'll see. Overall, this is good though. Okay, now it's the next day. Obviously this is the old part. This is the new part that I got from Advanced Auto Parts. This is the part number right here and the company name. It's supposed to be an OE part. This came well packaged, I have to say. Obviously, let's take this out the package. And this is the new wheel with the clutch inside. Oops, almost dropped it. Almost dropped it. So this looks pretty good. Seems okay to me. And this is the new magnetic coil, which this one is still looks good to me, to be honest with you. Get a close up. To me, this one still looks good. I don't know if I just leave that on or just go with the new coil. I don't feel like taking these wires out because you could barely see in there. Everything would be based on feel. And then you have to push this thing here in. I don't know if I want to do all that. I'm gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna examine it for a little bit. And this is the clutch over here. Still in its own plastic bag. This is the new clutch. And obviously this is the old one. These are the springs that gives it some spring action. In the back, this is the old spring. These springs seem a little bit thinner, I guess, than this one. And this comes with obviously a new nut to hold this together and some shims inside and two new ring clamps. One's bigger than the other. I don't know if this ring clamp is supposed to be this big. I may have to reuse the old one because I think they're both this size in here. I don't think one's bigger, one's smaller. All right, so let's see. Let me examine this, see if I'm gonna take the old one off or not. If I could see if I could put this together real good without wasting much time in here. See, I don't know if you could see right about, let me see here. This whole coil goes in the back and it comes up here. I can't even give you a clear picture of that right now. The moment I'm thinking of leaving this because this is different than some setups. This right here, if you look at this wire that comes to here, and it meets right about here. That's where it grounds. Normally, some of these, they ground way back here. And the connector, I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna serve my camera up in there. It's way back over here. So I might just leave it. Let's see. Connector looks like it's, I think this is this over here. I think this is the connector right here. I might be able to do it now I'm thinking about it, because it's not all the way down there like I thought. This should be it right here to connect the two parts, and then the ground comes all the way up front. All right, and you see this little thing right here with a holder? There's a hook underneath there. There's two of them. Those hook connect right. It's very hard to show you guys, but there's a hook up there. There you go. Those hook up there so that it could hold the compressor. Make sure you put that hook, put it on the hook. If not, you won't be able to screw it back in. But this here is the connector, right? I'm trying to put my finger there so y'all can see, but hey, hold on. Right there, that's the connector. It comes all the way back up front and it grounds up front, which is different than most. Most grounds is way back there, but this one grounds up here up front. So there you go, right there. Right, oh, sorry, right there it grounds. Usually the grounds is back there somewhere, but this right here is the connector. Let me try to get a close up. So it might be easier than I think. But you know, with this small space and wires, this thing could be difficult. But don't forget to put this hook back on here, on top, right there. There's two of them, one on each side. All right, here's one hook here and another hook back there. And it goes on top of this one, and then this one goes here. I forgot to mention that and I took that off. All right, let's see what I can do. All right, so based on an expert's opinion, they said just leave it, do not replace it because it looks good, looks okay, everything's well, it's not cracked or anything like that, and these are not prone to fail as the pulleys and the clutch and the Honda X, so I'm very happy about that. It was like heck trying to get that piece out. I'm not even gonna bother with it. Some people splice it. I'm not trying to do that either. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna reinstall the pulley now, and I'm gonna put the pulley on and then put the clip on, but I'm gonna put the pulley on first. And then I hope everything works good. I don't gotta ever come back here ever again in my life, because this is a pain in the behind. So I'm gonna take this pulley and insert it on to this coil. Obviously, 2 hands are needed. I'll be back. Well, guess what? Even though these look exactly the same, they're different. This is slightly smaller than this one, and it won't fit. So this bearing is a little tighter. This is a little looser. Obviously, this will probably create a little more drag. Not drag, but like stiffness, probably. I'm thinking about taking this one out and putting this one in. I don't know if that will work, or I should just return it and see if they give me another one or a different one that would fit. I don't know, so let's see. So it's another day. I found a clutch compressor kit, or I could say an AC compressor kit that is close in diameter here to this one. At the same time, the owner told me that this coil won't fit with the same coil as this one, so I have to replace the coil no matter what. So now I have to tackle this over here and find a way to take this off, because this here is a pain. because there's a rubber that's across it, I should say, that surrounds it, and I have to try to take it off. I'm trying my best not to pull on the wires or anything, but it's a pain. And that's it. But I also have to give a big shout out to AC Compressor Clutch Kits on eBay. I am going to put their link and put their stuff and description, because this guy was amazing. He answered everything back. He even came out and meet me so I could compare the parts and we could read off the numbers together. And because, you know, he talked about the compressor pulleys and how they differ. So not all of them are necessarily the same. So yeah, I hope this fits. If this doesn't fit, then I have to change the whole compressor. That's just what it is. So now I'm gonna work on unplugging that wire that connects this and take this thing off, this coil off. All right. Wow, see that right there? I pulled it out. Finally pulled this thing out. Trust me, if you don't believe in prayer, you're gonna pray. This job's gonna make you pray, bro. And now I gotta take off the ground right here. So I'm gonna find a way to take off that ground, and hopefully that we'll be able to take that off. So that's the next step. All right, so what I did in order to really get a good angle at the screw that I wound up taking it off is I put a hammer underneath to tilt it that back end to give me this angle, so that now I could have more exposure of the screw. And I also use a pair of pliers, vice grips I should say, and I used it this way to break it loose. Once I broke it loose, I went to one of these and just continue to unscrew it. So now in here, I have to adjust this a little bit. I'm gonna leave it the way it was. And I have, from this angle, there's gonna be 2 holes. I'm gonna go through here. There's gonna be 2 holes for me to take out the clip that's holding this in place. All right, let's go. All right, finally got this ring off. Oh my goodness, this is just extreme challenging in this. Finally got this off. It takes some patience, a little bit of time, and I really hope this thing works, man. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed. Finally got this thing off. Oh my goodness, I had to do a lot of finagling and moving. I took the bracket off. I know before I said not to, or I did, but I had to take the bracket off to give space so I could angle this and angle upward, like down and upward, so it could clear here, because they put the rings in over here. If they put it here, it'll be very difficult, but over here. So that took, no lie, maybe 45 minutes to try to get that off. So now the next thing is to take this rubber thing off here. I don't know if I have to hit it or pry it, so it seems like it's a little stuck there. So I'm guessing I'm gonna try to use this thing to pry it off. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. All right, usually you see people, once they take the ring clamp off, they just can slide this off. This was kind of stuck in there, so I just use a crowbar, get in between the compressor and this, and just give it a little nug. It will cork a little bit. So instead of it corking, I went up on top and then finagle it. Once it gets like disconnected, it's pretty okay. Now what I'm gonna do is try to clean the surface off a little bit with a rag. Nothing big, just with a rag, and then try to reinstall the new parts. All right, so right now I'm gonna clean this area for a little bit of WD-40, not too much. Just a little bit. I'm gonna clean off with a rag. It's a little dirty. See, these things I could do one-handed. The rest, not too much. It's a tight spot, so
But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, just, you know, put in the comments. I answer every comment, man, as much as I can. If you need any help with anything, I'll do my best to help you, or I'll send you someone that can help you. So either way, reach out. All right, so now to reinstall the new one, I'm gonna go get it now. All right, so before installing this, there is two grooves. There's a groove here. You have to place, there's one groove here or one groove back there. You have to place it in one of those grooves in order so that the wire could reach its connector, especially the red one. All right, so be sure you look at that before you just install this, or this is not gonna sit correctly. So right now, in order for me to get these two wires to connect, I have to go underneath, put my hand on the front, lay on my back, put my hands in the front here, and then my other hand to here, to the top. Take my two hands and then connect them. You hear the snap. You hear a snap. When it goes in, it snaps. And now I'm gonna connect the ground. Okay, now that I have connected the connector and I grounded, and you see how everything is. Now I'm gonna put this ring back on the exact same way it was on before, because now that I know that I could take that bracket off and tilt it, it's good that it is on the left side. So next time if I have to do this again, well, if I have to do this again, I'm just gonna change the compressor, because that means the whole thing is bad. So now you gotta make sure you put the bigger ring behind that silver piece. So it gotta be between the silver and this coil. All right, so, all right, let's do that. All right, I finally got this ring in. It took so long to get that ring in there. That thing is impossible, man. All right, next thing is, hopefully this fits. This part's here, because I was having issues with this one fitting. With the other ones, I'm hoping this one fits. And we can move on from there. If not, this was a waste. All right, I just finished knocking this in. I used a piece of wood this way, and then I used a hammer. I hammered it around until it sat flush. And there isn't much space where else it could go. Now I believe the next ring needs to be put in here. I used the regular rings that came with it, because these new ones for some reason was just so difficult to snap on. So I'm gonna go again back with the old one from the original one, and try to snap those in. All right, I got the snap ring on the first try, man. I hope this is in correctly. Yeah, it looks like it, felt like it snapped in. I got it on the first try. I don't know, maybe I was because of all the practice for the other one. Wow, the other one was no joke. But now it's time to put in the plate. But before we put in the plate, we gotta start putting the spacers. So I'm gonna go with the factory ones, and we put those on there. I don't know if it'll be too small or whatever. So I need to check the specs first, and then I'm going to go use my my measurement and my feel gauger. I'm gonna use the feel gauger in order to feel and see. I believe it's supposed to be 2.5, between 2.2 to 2.3 or something like that. I'm gonna double check on that. Finally got this done here. Put the nut on. This nut's about 18 foot-pounds, but that's not much at all. So you just tighten it till you feel it's tight, but not too much, because then you'll press this plate in too much. You won't get the correct feel gauge. But I use a feel gauge in order to get the space in between here, which should be between 0.35 and 0.65. But I put it right in the middle, which is like 0.48 or 0.50. And I went over the feel gauge all the way around. Make sure you go all the way around. Don't just turn this, but go all the way around. Feel from his side, this side, this side, this side. Because if you turn it and it's not in a set in a slightly wobble way, you won't get the side that's flat to come towards you. It'll just wobble its way. So I try using thicker ones, but if the thicker ones don't have the same inner diameter, like these, if they don't have the same inner diameter, these are thicker, as the one that comes with the car, which is these. As you can see, the two circles are not the same. It's going to warp. I tried to use this and it warped. One side was up, one side was down because the inner diameter is not the same. I'd see if I get away with it, but I couldn't. But you have to use the same diameter if you use a thicker shim. But I use about 4 of these, and you can use 4 to 5. I mean, there's some videos that say only use 3, no more than 3, but the directions that come from Honda, that says you could use as many as needed in order to get the distance that you need in the clutch, because that's more important than anything, is the distance between the clutch, so that the clutch can engage properly, but yet have enough distance when it's non-engaged for the pulley to flow freely with no scraping happening during just normal driving with no AC on. So this part is really the part, to me, that is tedious, because you have to get it just right. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reinstall this bracket, which is behind the AC compressor, which holds the AC in place. I believe it goes this way. And yep, we'll go from there. All right, okay. So we just hook this up, put this in the back, use the 14 to tighten it back up. Now that I place, this is the bracket here, back on, you see this hook on top? There's a hook here, and there's a hook on the other side. I can't really point to it. Obviously, make sure this wire is not getting to the hook, but if you look on top of that, you see another hook. Hold on, let me use this here. You'll see there's a hook here. There's one here, and there's another hook on very top up here. I'm hitting it, yeah. This has to be hooked in here, and there's another one on the other side. Be sure you hook it so that the AC compressor sits correctly. Now, as you guys can see, I'll get you guys a close look as I can. You can see that this here is hooked onto the bracket. Well, not the bracket, but it's hooked onto this hook that's connected on top. So now the lines for where the bolts go, they should line up correctly, and also it's a support for the AC compressor. So now we're going to start to insert. I'm gonna insert this bottom one first, just to have it line up, and then I'm gonna go probably to the top. Can't see the one on top from here, but I can see it. Right here. Let me get the camera. See this hole? There it goes, right here. There's one hole here, and a hole here, and there's another one on the other side. Try to get the camera. It's hard to get it, but it's right here where my finger is. There's another one here, another one here. All right, so these 4, the ones on the bottom are the smaller ones, the ones on top are the longer ones. All right, so just tighten them as tight as you can, but don't overdo it. All right, when it gets tight, go about a quarter more, and then that's it. Now, don't forget to reconnect this here onto here. All right, make sure you reconnect it back and you hear a click, or you feel a click, because you want to be able to turn the compressor on. Right, so yeah, trying to do this one hand, but as usual, these things with the tight space is very difficult, especially just to film it for you guys. I apologize for that. Try to give as much information as I can. All right, now that you reconnect this here, the connector, be sure that the release button that you press is faced towards you, and you press it in, because obviously if you put it the other way, upside down, it won't go in. That was what I was doing. Took me like a good minute to figure it out why it wasn't going in, even though I had to line up. The next thing is to line up the belt and be sure that everything is going in a direction that it should go. There is a drawing of the belt I'll put in as a picture so you guys can see how the directional as a belt goes, and I'm gonna follow that myself also. All right, once you get the belt kind of lined up as best you can, again, you're going to, if you don't have like the specific tool, try to use like again, this double lock. I just twist this around, and this is a 14 again. Get down there, pull towards you, pull the tension of the belt towards you, and then with your other hand, put the belt on the top, and then hopefully it should line up. If it doesn't line up, restart the process again. And now just reinstall the bracket, the 2 screws. They're 10 millimeters. I'm gonna put back on the power steering reservoir because I don't want it to just hang here. I'm not holding it by pulling, by bungee cord or anything. So I don't want to bounce around and then hit this gear and the serpentine belt. So I'm just gonna reinstall this. I'm not gonna reinstall the bottom, the wheel or anything yet. I'm just gonna test it out. Hopefully this works. I hope I did it right. And hopefully the AC is cool. All right, now that most of everything is kind of together, you're supposed to start the car, run around like 1,000 RPMs or so, or just let it run on its own, and then let the turn the AC temperature on low, and everything, and make sure the AC is on, everything's on low, and then let the clutch circulate around 15 to 20 times, and so that it could sit properly on the compressor, and then you go from there. So let's turn the car on. We're gonna turn on the AC. Put everything on low, and then oh, it's cool. It's really cool. Yeah, it's very cool. Let's see if it engaged. Yup, look at that. It's definitely engaged, so sounds okay. Alright, I turned the AC off. As you can see, it's not engaged. Everything's running okay. And I guess this is it, man. This is not a job for the faint at heart. I tell you that right now. If you have any questions, leave anything in the comment. I answer every comment. Like, share, subscribe. Drip Virals, we're out.